Hi everybody, today we're making this absolutely delicious coconut rice. I'm going to start by seasoning the chicken, and for this I'm using some chopped onions, garlic, ginger, chicken bouillon cubes, salt, thyme, and a little curry powder. I'll give this a mix. I'm not going to add any water at this time. I'll just cover and allow to steam on low heat for about 10 to 15 minutes. The steaming is going to help the spices get deep into the chicken, so it's extra delicious. After about 10 minutes, then add water, cover and allow to continue cooking for about 10 more minutes or until the chicken is cooked. When that's done, I'll separate the meat from the stock and then go ahead and filter the stock just to get rid of any bones or large garlic or ginger bits. I'll set that aside. I'll be using the stock to cook the rice later. So the next thing I'm going to prepare is the coconut milk. I always recommend fresh coconut milk, especially for coconut rice, because it makes your rice taste 10 times better, but it's still okay to use the canned or store-bought version. If you're using the canned version, make sure it's unsweetened. So make sure you read the ingredients in the label. It should say coconut and water or coconut milk. Some products also have guar gum, which is a thickening agent. But like I mentioned earlier, it always tastes best when you make it yourself, and it's very quick and easy to do. So to make it, break and deshell the coconut, transfer to your blender and add room temperature or warm water. And you want to avoid using cold water when doing this because that can make the fat solidify, which can cause the coconut milk to separate. Blend until it looks milky and then strain using a fine mesh cloth or a cheesecloth. You can save the coconut pulp in the fridge or freezer. You can also dry it in your oven at a very low temperature and then blend it. You can use that for smoothies. You can also use it for baking. You can also make coconut milk using a juicer. It's so easy. Just add the cut up coconut, add water as it's juicing so it doesn't jam up, and just like that you have your homemade coconut milk. Save the coconut milk for later. Next thing I'm going to do is prep the shrimp. You can use cooked or raw shrimp. In this case I'm using raw. I'll go ahead and deshell and devein the shrimp and then give that a good rinse. Pat dry with a paper towel after rinsing to get rid of the excess water, and then season with salt, garlic and onion powder and cayenne pepper. I'll set that aside and allow it to marinate. Next, I'm going to prepare my pepper mix. For the pepper mix, I'm using a blend of bell peppers, scotch bonnet peppers, and a little onion. I'm going to give this a rough blend. I don't want it to be too smooth, so I'm using my chopper for this. This is my new favorite chopper. It's by KitchenAid and it's cordless, so it runs on battery. You only need to charge the battery a couple of weeks. It's so much fun to use, and if you're interested, I'll put the link in the description box for you. The prep work is done, so now I'm going to get started on cooking the rice. First, I'm going to fry the shrimp. Shrimp doesn't take too much time to cook, just about 3 to 5 minutes on both sides. You can also do this step in the air fryer or even skip the shrimp step altogether if you don't like shrimp. You can also replace the shrimp with chicken, so just cut up chicken breast or chicken thighs, season with any seasoning you like, and then pan fry until it's cooked or brown. You can also use dried smoked fish for this. It also goes super well with coconut rice. If you're using that, soak the dry fish in warm water or hot water so it can soften. Then you debone it. Then you're going to add the fish when you're frying the pepper mix. So after frying the shrimp, set it aside. Next, add a bit more oil if you need to the pan. Then add some minced garlic and and ginger. Fry the garlic and ginger for about 1 minute, just until it starts to smell really nice. You don't want to fry for too long so the garlic doesn't burn. Next, add the pepper mix from earlier. Stir fry for a few minutes to get rid of the sour taste. If you're using dried fish or crayfish, now is a good time to add it. I'm going to season the pepper mix with some salt and chicken seasoning cubes. Then I'll continue stir frying this for a few more minutes, just until it's a bit dry. It should take about 7 to 10 minutes. Next, I'll go in with my coconut milk. If you're using the canned coconut milk, then you need to add more water to this because the canned one is usually thicker than the homemade version. I've added the chicken stock as well. I'm just going to give this a good mix and let it simmer while I wash the rice. I like using golden Sella basmati rice for my rice dishes, and the exact brand I'm using for this recipe is Tropical Sun. I'll wash the rice until the water runs clear and then transfer it to the pot. I'll give this one final mix before I let it cook. Now is also a good time to adjust the seasoning. So I'll add the remaining salt, then cover and allow this cook on low-medium heat for about 20 to 25 minutes. If you're using regular rice to make this coconut rice, you want to cook for longer, and you also need to add a bit more water to the rice. While the rice is cooking, I'll fry the chicken because I'll be serving my coconut rice with the fried chicken as the side. Fry until golden brown and then save for later. The coconut rice is finally done. I'll fluff it up to release the steam so the under doesn't continue cooking, so it doesn't get too soft. After mixing, I'll put the fried shrimp back in. You can mix the shrimp in or you can just leave it on top. For final touch, I'll garnish with some chopped spring onions for color, and just like that, our coconut rice is ready. The full recipe will be in the description box below. You can also find a detailed written recipe on my website, that is kikifoodies.com. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.